Yes, guys, welcome back to the Once You're In podcast. This is an OG catch up episode. We've got a new setup. This will be out after the last time we used this setup. So hopefully by now people have commented whether they like it. If they didn't, then sorry, it's this again.
Yeah.
This is just on my laptop anyway. So go back and watch the show review. Big, huge, I'm going to call it huge show review catch up. Yeah. That's what I'm going to call it. So go and watch that if you haven't already. If you hear some noise in the background, it could be the dogs. We've got little Misha. It's Misha, isn't it?
Misha, yeah.
Little Misha, right at my sack. And Richie somewhere.
Richie's somewhere. He doesn't like us.
And then Sanaya's going to be cooking in the background. So if you hear some noise, we do apologise. Also, if the audio is not as good as usual, it's because it is just on my laptop. So apologies, but we're bringing you some content because it's been a while. Yes. So let's have a catch up. When did we last have a catch up? Did we catch up after Rhodes?
No.
So before Rhodes, we were talking about me not going.
No, yeah, we were speaking about needing a holiday. The last episode is we need a holiday, and we've had a holiday. I've injured my knee. I can't walk.
I've bought a house.
Yeah, Finn's buying a house, so like it's not you've not bought.
I've got the offer
yet,
accepted today.
Yeah, Finn's had that, and then we've had plenty of shows which we spoke about on the last one.
Go and watch the show one.
Let's scale back. Holiday. So I went to Rhodes. It was Finn went. Finn came. We were joking, and I wasn't joking. I was being serious.
No, you weren't really too good.
Yeah, I said to Finn, "You should tag along." And I woke up randomly on like I think it was like Thursday night, or like you booked it Thursday night for Friday, didn't you?
I booked it like the day before. Yeah.
I woke up because we were 2 hours ahead, and I like saw a message come through from Finn, and I went to the toilet, and just my phone like lit up, and I was like, Finn, I was like, and then it was like coming, or like you sent me the photo, and it was like a surprise, or it was just like a photo of the Rhodes, like the photo saying you're traveling to Rhodes in 16 hours. So yeah, I went to Rhodes. I really badly injured my knee. I was on a wheelchair for the vast majority of the
on or in
a wheelchair. I was in a wheelchair. Technically, I was on a wheelchair.
What date was it that we were there?
26th. I went, and you came out on the 28th or 29th.
There's the lovely photo of your sick that you sent me. Really considerate, being that I was sick as well, and you thought you'd send me that.
I thought it was funny. We both ill. So yeah, so basically my knee is fucked. It's still pretty bad. It's been 3 weeks tomorrow and I still can't walk. I can't tense my left leg. My left leg is half the size. It's not great. Good thing is I don't need surgery and I've not done my ligaments. Bad news, it's still really, really, really bad. And I've got serious edema and my T-band is wrecked. So pretty much that happened on the second day of the holiday. So as much as I was saying I need a holiday, I literally was saying on the podcast, I don't really need a holiday. Like I shouldn't have said yes.
That's what I sent him.
Yeah, so Finn sent me that. And it happened on the second day of the holiday, which was not good. I took a step on a water inflatable. What the hell is Misha doing? Sorry, guys.
She's stuck. She got scared.
The dog just went underneath the curtain. So basically, I went on the second day. We were on the second day of the holiday, went on this water inflatable. I took a step forward on the water inflatable. Nothing silly. It wasn't, I was being really cautious. And my left knee just went this way and I went that way. And it basically popped. So that wasn't
Andrew obese.
Yeah, no, it's literally the reason why it happened was because I'm a heavy. So it was a bit of a nightmare. I managed to walk back afterwards. I did like 7,000 to 8,000 steps on it. And I'd popped my knee a few times. Like I did it prior to my first show last year, and it was really bad. It went somewhat inflamed, but I was like, I'll be okay. I'll be cool. And then I lied down and genuinely was like, I can't walk. This is not good. And I literally couldn't really walk for the remainder of the holiday. Haven't been able to train at all. That's why I lower body. Yeah, Finn came to push me around because
to bully
me. So yeah, it's not good. It's probably in a sad way put a delay on prep for next year. I still think I will be able to prep next year. But
I wouldn't.
Do you think?
I wouldn't if I was you.
Why not?
Based on that physique, I probably wouldn't. Probably leave it a bit longer.
No, thanks, mate.
So more time. It's one of those, when someone's like, I think I'm ready to compete, and you're like, probably give it a couple of years.
Yeah, give it a couple of years, bro. Considering I've competed before.
Nothing to do with the knee.
No, nothing to do. Just, maybe a few more years. The knee is just a good excuse for me to be like, probably going to get smoked and open.
And then you'll get close to competing again, and you'll do something else. Oh no,
no,
you know it, you'll be 40, and you're like, I just think it's it.
Yeah, just kept getting injured and just prioritising my health. Prone. Yeah. So yeah, no, it probably has put a bit of a delay on prep for next year. I think I still will be able to compete next year, but then it's the thought of, do I fancy being on stage in September, late shows? If the main goal will be let's say British finals, where I will have clients on stage every week. Which then I want to push it back to a 2026. Probably not. Like I would like to get on stage next year. I just don't think I'll be able to do it early in the year because I won't be able to train legs probably for, I'd like to say, another 2 months, which is annoying. It's a bit frustrating, but I can still train my upper, which is sound.
And you can train right leg with me.
But I don't think you realise, like, your quad's messed up, but I can't brace through my lower.
I know.
Like,
I reckon you could.
Yeah, I think I could do.
You could do leg extensions. You could do hamstring curls.
Yeah,
I'm doing leg day.
Leg day,
just leg. No, to be fair, it's really not that bad. I could still train my quad, but it's just not getting any better.
Finn's got a fuck.
I think it's torn. I've booked to get an MRI scan, but they haven't got back to me yet. But like, there's definitely a big gap there. Gap. Like, I got Reese to feed it, and he was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like, there's just a big gap in my vastus lateralis on my left side. I don't even really have much of a vastus lateralis, so for there to be a gap, it's like not ideal. But it's like if you run your hand down my right quad, it's just like this. You run the hand down my left quad, and it goes, and it's like a big gap. So about 3 years ago, it was when we trained with Miles and Perrin. Do you remember? I did the hack, and I stopped on the hack, and I was like, "Oh, it's like a shooting pain in my left quad." And then for the rest of the session, it felt a bit off. So I was like, I had to be tentative with it. And then ever since then, it's not been 100%. But like throughout prep, it wasn't really too bad. But then when I think back, I wasn't squatting.
Yeah.
I was literally doing the squat press, which is hard in the short. So I kind of could train around it, but I couldn't pose. Remember, all the time I was on about my left quad was cramping. Every time I spiked my quad, my left quad would cramp straight away. And it would like put me out for a day or two, posing wise and leg training. Like it would, because it would go right up to my hip. And then my hip fell off and any pose felt awkward. So it was like, I got to the point towards the end of prep where I just wasn't posing that left leg properly until I was on stage. It was like, I'll just pose it properly when I'm on stage. So I know it's lean enough. I just can't pose it because it just cramps. So yeah, now I'm actually listening to my body because I've got to the point where in the last like 2 months, like my leg training, like I don't even feel anything. It just hurts my knees. Like I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Like every quad movement, even a leg extension, I wasn't even like, I was finishing a leg extension, feeling like I hadn't even done anything. Just hurt my knees. I was like, there's something wrong here. Like
it's not firing.
No, like it's something definitely wrong. I was doing squat, any kind of squat, and my knees, like even on like 2 plates on a pendulum when I've done 4 plates on it before, battering my knees. So I was like, right, I need to listen to my body. I kept like massaging it. Like, do you remember when I massaged it so much that it got all like
lumpy and bumpy?
No, I like.
Oh no, yeah.
I got like a friction. I got like a friction burn. So I was massaging it that much that I got like a friction burn on it.
Self-harm.
I was self-harming myself, yeah. But no, in all seriousness, like I was properly like going in on it, and I was like,
self-harm.
No, I was like, it feels good getting in on it, but then it'd feel worse for 2-3 days. And like Conran's been on it before, Aaron, like, and it's like it feels almost like there's a big gap, but it feels like there's a big knot. But I don't think it's a knot. I think there's a tear, and the top part of the quad has come up, so that feels like it's a knot. You know what I mean? It feels like a lump, but it's just because the quad's tall. That's what I think. So for a quad tear, like all you can really do is rest. You can get an injection or you can get surgery, but like I think I just need to rest it. And it is getting a bit better. But like I'll go on a drive and like literally just putting my foot on the clutch a few times and it's like just flares up. So I'm not doing any left quad work, but it's not really that bad because I can do hamstring curls, I can do right leg extension, I can do hip extension.
So I can't do hamstring curls. That's the issue.
Like, you can't do a single leg.
I could do a single. I could do my right side. But I can do left.
No, I can do dual leg.
I can't really load anything through my knee. Like even just like doing a bent row, I can't brace through the left side, which is weird. But
so I can do right quad and
it's
everywhere
both
else.
Like because like I said, my IT band. So speaking about quads, this is why you shouldn't ignore injuries. I got told literally my IT band is like really messed up. My left quad for the last 6 months has gone numb on the outer side, which to the point where like after a long drive, it took me a minute of walking to like, oh, my leg actually works now. I'd like literally be hobbling because it wouldn't switch on. And then it was where I was training and I kept saying, I could just feel like my left side's doing it was going numb while I was training. And I'd have like a dead leg for like 2 days on the outer side. And then it turns out from the scan, it was like, yeah, your IT band's fucked. So that's our leg update / knees update. Finn's not as bad, but it's still not great. And like
mine's like it's
manageable. Yeah, well, mine's just I've just got to fucking wait ages, I guess.
Like I've been doing a hip, so I've changed my split to lower, upper, off, and Reese has changed his to
pull, push, rest, pull, push, arms, or pull, push, and then the arm day like 2 days later.
Yeah, so I'm doing lower, upper, rest.
So leg upper.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, like, it is lower still.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing a hip hinge on every lower session, or that's my aim. Yeah. But my back feels a bit trash, to be fair, today. Because I'm doing like obviously upper the day after, which is mainly back as well because my back's shite.
Yeah.
So to be fair, the split works really well for my weaknesses. It's just annoying that I can't train legs properly.
Yeah.
If I could train legs properly, I'd be like buzzing with training at the minute. It's literally just annoying that I'm having to do that. But like upper body wise, it's feeling pretty good. I quite like the lower upper split, and also I just have a bit more freedom with it, like based on a lot of other things going on, like sorting out a house, clients at shows, traveling. I'm not like I have to train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if there's a show on Saturday and I've got to be there at 9 for clients and I don't get home, like that Saturday, the UKDFA was Saturday.
Yeah.
Right, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Saturday.
So the UKDFA was Saturday. I was there at 10 and I didn't get home until
11:30.
Yeah, 11:45, I think it was.
Yeah.
I could have trained in the morning, yeah, but I had other check-ins to do as well. And do I really want to be like rushing a session before going to like, not really, if I don't have to, like I could just train the next day. So lower upper off. And if it has to change to lower off, upper off for 1 week or whatever it may be, sound. I don't mind that at all. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at training wise. Otherwise, I've just been busy with shows, busy with sorting the house out. Like I say, put an offer in today. Beast came with me to look at it for a second time. My dad came as well, which was nice. Although he fucked off straight away.
Yeah, he's too busy. Got too many dates.
I was like, you fancy having a catch up afterwards? He was like, no. Oh, sound, cheers. Yeah. Cool.
Same applies. Cool. Ask my dad. I get no reply.
Get the
I get the saying nothing.
And just blank response.
Thanks, Dad. Cheers. Miss you. It's been 23 years. Thanks. Anyway, holiday wise.
Do you know the anniversary?
Do
you know the anniversary of his death?
No, I don't.
Disrespectful.
His birthday though, I don't know the month. I know it's the 22nd. So my birthday is 22nd.
You don't know the month?
July, June, I think. So yeah, pretty sure. 22nd for my dad. 22nd for Bear. 22nd for me.
Was Bear actually born on the 22nd, or is that when you bought him?
No, that's when he February 22nd. Yeah,
when he was born.
Yeah, no, that's when he was born. Yeah, and we got him in like June or whatever. After like a couple months. 22nd for my best mate growing up. Like it was really weird. And like there was another one that was like 22nd. I think my grandma's birthday was the 22nd. Really weird. Yeah, 22. Strange number.
Taylor Swift.
22.
Song.
Is it? Oh, song, I don't know that.
Every time I have a client get to week 22, send them a gif of Taylor Swift saying, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling
22. Yeah, I should know that song. Okay, fair enough. And then otherwise, before we actually get into a bit of the holiday, because Finn did tag along, pre-prep diet is...
Tag along, I was invited.
No, you were invited, yeah. But pre-prep diet for me, like where things are, I'm just kind of holding now. It's a little bit, it's annoying, but the good thing is, I'm so glad that I'm not at peak body weight, because imagine if I was peak body weight trying to fucking like hobble around, it would not be good.
How are you from peak body weight?
So I've been floating between like 116 to 118. Our heaviest was 134, but a lot of that was insulin, GH, all that sort of stuff. So like probably down like a legit 10 to 12 kilos and like an artificial like 17 to 18, which is cool. I wanted to get down to sub 110. That was like the goal, get down to sub 110 and then hold around like 113 to 115. So I'm not miles off that. And like right now, it's a bit of a weird one. I put a story up on my Instagram speaking about like my diet currently, but because it's the least bodybuilding like extreme diet that I've ever had, which for the last 2 years, it feels very like unfamiliar, because I've always been either like last year, death protocol and low food. The pre-prep diet was pro fat rest days. My push-up diet was 6,000 to 7,000 calories. So like this is literally like 4,000 calories. It's 2 shakes, 4 main meals. The 4 main meals are like on training days, like 150 carb per meal. So it's like around like 600 carb total. My non-train day diet is actually really close. It's like 3,700 calories. And I just have more food in the evenings. I eat pretty low throughout the day. I like a pro fat first 2 meals technically with the shake. And then it's a case where I just have a little bit more carbs and like almost like not like a free meal, but like a good like 1,500 calorie meal to finish the day. And it's actually like the most normal that I've probably ever felt regarding food, because I've gone from like forcing food up here and then being down here to like I'm up here and it's like I don't really need to gain weight. I don't need to be pushing body weight up. I can eat to train good. I perform really well at this. And I like the way, like I'm not lean, I'm not shredded. I'm lean for some through the areas that I've got muscle, but I'm like in that sort of spot where it's like, yeah, sound, I feel good, feel like life's all good. So it's actually been quite a nice thing that like the knee situation didn't happen when I was like pretty fucking lean, because it would have been hard to have kept up activity and kept up that sort of like balance of intake versus output. And then also, I'm glad that it wasn't a peak body weight because I couldn't imagine that. Like, it was like, okay, I'm fat, I can't move. My appetite would be non-existent. And it would be like, well, now I need to drop body weight, but also I can't diet aggressively because I can't do steps, I can't do cardio, I can't train legs. So me just pulling body weight down would be so stupid. So yeah, it's actually a bit of a blessing in that sense. And then meanwhile, Finn, what's your bit food been like? Not been eating. Your face has actually got more normal. Finn dropped a lot of weight quickly, and his face was pretty skinny. Your face looks normal now, which is good.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I didn't weigh myself. I haven't weighed myself still.
You're not. Scared. Should we do it live? Sanaya, get the scale.
I don't know. So,
what would you guess you are? If you were to guess what you're weighing right now,
like 190.
Okay, yeah.
So was it like
10 pounds down?
Yeah, I was at about 200. I probably got down. I don't even know.
I reckon like 185, 180.
Maybe,
your face was very fucking.
Yeah, my face was lean. Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. I'm in a position now where my appetite's back. It's decent again. My training's decent again. Yeah, like I am now in a bit more. Like I'm basically having 4 meals a day, all high protein, and I have a lot of carbs around my training. Like that's pretty much it. Like based on a lot of other things going on that are just more important right now, and it's actually been quite nice. I've actually prioritized myself a little bit rather than me as a bodybuilder or my clients. Like, don't get me wrong, my clients would not have a clue that I'm not prioritizing that. Like, I am still, but it's like,
no, I get it.
Not putting pressure on. I have to be at the gym at this time. Like, basically, with like, for example, with the house, like today, the woman rang me and she was like, "Yeah, your offer's been accepted. Can you come into the office like tomorrow?" And I was like, "Yeah." Whereas like
usually
a month ago, I'd have gone, well, I've got check-ins until this time, and then I'm going to train. I probably can't. I'll have to wait until the next rest day. Mate, you need to buy a fucking house. Like, you get to a point where you need to, and it's like taken me to actually have a bit of a fucking kick up the arse to be like, right, I need to actually sort these things out that are more important. Yeah. Like my bodybuilding can be on hold for now. Like, but I think my clients are definitely not on hold. No. You can see that from results last weekend and stuff. Like. And still going, but like it's very easy to get into a mentality where like bodybuilding is everything, and eating your meals at the right times is everything, and eating the same thing every day is everything, and like you neglect other things, which I definitely did, which is definitely like something that I need to work on for sure. But yeah, like I don't know what my weight is. I don't really care, to be honest. My training is decent. It's not the best it's ever been, but it's decent. I'm quite enjoying it again, which is nice. And my left quad is annoying, but I'm working around it. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. And my clients are definitely taking priority as they always do, but even more so than usual at the minute.
No, I get that. Right. So the holiday, you came away. How long are you here for? Or there?
I was only there 5 days, 4 days, and then an illness day.
Yeah,
the last day.
We were wrecked.
So
I got there. The first few days, yeah.
I got there really late, so I literally got in, went to bed. Then in the morning, I went and did a food shop because I was staying in like my room was class. To be fair, it had like its own kitchen, everything. It was really good. The hotel was like, it was all right. I had a few pools and stuff. It was decent. I only went in the pool once, but I basically went away to get on top of like admin work that I needed to get on top of, like taxes and things like that. That was like one of the main reasons, as well as just wanting to get away. And then, basically the first day I just got on top of work, really productive, felt great, told clients that for like, I didn't do check-ins for 4 days. Yeah. And like that amount of time,
it's a joke.
That amount of time, I literally got on top of everything else that was stressing me out. It was really, really helpful. Definitely needed it. I could have done it at home. I could have just been like, I'm going to take 4 days and do this. Yeah. But like, I wanted to be away in the sun doing it and being like, oh, it doesn't feel like I'm doing it. I'm just fucking chilling. It was really good, really productive. Got a bit of a tan. Trained a couple of times.
Gym was cool.
No, I trained once.
Yeah.
Because we were going to train legs and then I got ill. The gym was really cool. Cybex gym. Reese hired a quad bike, so I drove that a bit. That was fun. Had some nice meals. Watched the Liverpool United game.
That was a highlight.
Yeah. The last meal, the last night we had, or I had, because you had one more day.
Yeah.
The last night I had, we went for pizza.
Bad.
We got a Malibu and Coke. and we had a pizza with chicken on.
And then we also had a little ice cream thingy. It was like, so it was like we couldn't put it together, but everyone around us got ill. Yeah, everyone got ill. So I'm pretty sure that we just got a bug, but it was such a weird sort of bug because Finn got it. And he messaged me in the morning
after, like we felt fine, absolutely fine that night. The morning I woke up and I was like, I can tell my stomach wasn't 100%. So I went on a digestion walk, and it didn't sort it out. I was like, what? I was like, what? I went on a digestion walk. I should feel incredible.
Yeah.
So
I binge and just go on a digestion walk. And all of a sudden I'm like, soaked everything up. I'm vascular.
Just shredded.
I'm peeled. I'm like, keep doing it. So I just keep binging and go on a digestion walk.
It's all right. Yeah. It doesn't matter how long it is as well. Even if you just walk around the house.
No, it has to be 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes. I saw that on one. It has to be 5 minutes. Yeah, if you walk for 4 minutes, 57 seconds, nothing happens.
So yeah, anyway, I went on a digestion walk. Didn't work. Came back. I messaged Reece and I was like, is anyone feeling ill? Because my stomach doesn't feel right. And you were like, no. And then I think I put, I'm definitely not training. I just want to sleep. I felt awful. I was like, I just need to sleep. Then I went, so I had to check out at like 10.
Yeah.
So I checked out,
let me tag in now because I went and trained.
Yeah.
So this is because then we'll go like tag in, tag out. You ever play like GTA 5 where you can go from character to character. So we'll see our events of the day. So I went to go and train, and I felt fine. I had breakfast, everything was cool, and I got a white monster just on the. We dropped off our quad bikes. Did I tell you about the quad bike drama?
Yeah, we got pushed.
Yeah, I pushed a guy. I got in a physical altercation.
You fisted a guy?
No.
Pushed a guy.
Yeah, pushed a guy. Yeah, fisted. That's someone else. I've heard about that before. I don't know who that was. I do know. We both know. Anyway, carrying on. Nothing. There was no fight or anything like that. It was just a dickhead of a quad bike owner. So basically, I got a white monster. And probably with the stress from the altercation, it wouldn't surprise me.
I think it was just that you were ill.
And I felt sound. And I literally had a sip of this white monster just before I got in the taxi to the gym. And I was like, it literally felt like it went down my throat onto my stomach, and my stomach just like had a nuclear bomb. And it just went bang. And I was like,
you shot yourself?
No, I didn't shit myself. No.
You're going to tell everyone about the story in the bathroom?
No, carry on. And anyway, so I no. So now I can't hear. So now I had her headphones out. She'd be like, yeah, Reece did this. Don't. We'll say this another time. So it's like an embarrassing story one. Anyway, the monster did not sit well with me, and I was sat in the front of this taxi. Bear in mind, I've got like my
taxi was grim. I had to wait tagging in. When I booked a taxi to come to your hotel. It didn't come for about 45 minutes. And I just sat in the heat and I was like, I'm going to die.
The heat made it worse. So I'm like on my crutches, bear in mind, and I'm just like, my head is like, what is wrong with me? I feel dodgy. I got to the gym.
Did like message me by this point?
I think I messaged Finn saying like, yeah, I had a white monster. I don't feel the best. I'm gonna see if I can crack on a drain. I won't be long because Finn was on his way. So I was going to the gym. He was coming from his hotel.
I was in the taxi, mate. Thinking I'm gonna.
I was thinking the same. I was like, this does not feel good. Started doing some sets at a pull down, and my heart rate literally, I could feel it just rising by the set. And I was like, after a set, you sit down, your heart rate comes down. It was just like boom, 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 staying so high. And I was like, am I going to die? Am I having a heart attack here? And then I started like profusely sweating. Like I never really sweat. And I was drenched. I was like shining. And I'd done 3 sets. I was like, okay, I clearly am not in a position to be training. So I like lie down on the flat bench for like 20 minutes, 10 minutes. And like there was moments where like I could feel my throat about to like need to throw up. So I kept going to the toilet. And I was like, I need to go in. So going home, we were getting dropped off by Eddie. Edward. Shout out, such a nice guy. He was a husband.
Kept trying to keep up with me when we were training, didn't
he? Yeah. You get just going like
getting like 0 rep maxes.
He did a 0 rep max on every machine.
I think he looked at me thinking like, I could be as strong as him.
Yeah. And it just got flattened by everything. But Eddie, shout out Eddie, husband of his wife, works at my
husband hotel. Of his wife. Who'd have thought?
No, husband of a wife. Crazy. 2024 wouldn't surprise me. And so basically, he was taking us home, and he was like, "I'll just drive you back to the hotel. It's fine." And because there's no taxis around here, we got in a lift, a very small lift. It's like there's 3 people, me, Sanaa, and him, and we were like this close, so we're touching each other. The lift got stuck halfway through the floor. We couldn't.
Fat.
Because there was a certain max. No, there was a max weight, 250 kilos. So it said maximum 2.
Maxed it.
And I maxed out myself. So the lift got stuck. So the lift
he was
door,
peeled. So.
Yeah, he was shredded. The lift door.
1 meal a day.
Yeah, 1 meal a day. So he was peeled. And Sanaa. Hench. Sanaya. Jax, bro.
95 kilos.
105 kilos.
Got a knife in my hand.
Yeah. So Sanaya's like 65. He was 75, and I'm 115 to 120. And basically, the door wouldn't
63.
open. The door wouldn't
63
open.
guys.
The door wouldn't open, and I'm stuck in this stupidly hot box. There's no aircon. It's 30 plus degrees outside. It's an old school gym, and like we're literally
Old
sat
school
there.
gyms. Were you in Stoke?
No, it's old school
Sorry,
gym.
I'll stop.
Yeah, there's nothing there. We're literally all drenched in sweat. Bearing in mind, I'm ill. My head, all I'm thinking of is I can't throw up. When I'd throw up on either Sanaya or him, there was not much room. I'd be throwing up everywhere. And I was like, just hold it in. I was literally closing my eyes, like, and Sanaya's like panicking. She's like, what happens if they don't know we're here? And I was like, we're fine. There's an alarm. We'll be cool. And then she's like, no, but like, what happened? She was proper panicking. I was like, Sanaya,
how high up were you?
We was 2 floors. So it wasn't like it wouldn't have made much of a difference. But that was that. After about 10 minutes, we got out. I then got in his car. We drove not even out the car park. And I like said, pull over, I'm going to be sick. I like threw up like water, but it was like...
I didn't know you were sick then.
Yeah, I know, it was like water, like not proper sick. It was like, where just like phlegm and...
Just the hydrophone you had that morning.
Yeah, probably. And it was like, but it wasn't sick. I was like, I feel a bit better now. I got to the room. Finn was in my room.
I was in Reese's bed.
I was in my mum's bed, so I went to my mum's room. Okay,
because I had an awful experience.
Tag in.
So I got there. Reese was like, Abster's at the pool. He explained where she was.
Yeah.
So I just snuck in the hotel, went straight to the elevator, straight to the pool. She was nowhere to be found. I was boiling with my suitcase and my bag, just walking around the pool. Everyone looking at me like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Thinking I was going to be sick. And I was just like, fucking hell. I rang Abster, no answer. I just went back to the reception. I just messaged her. I was like, I'm in reception. Like, let me know where you are. Yeah. And then she came and found me. Then I went to Reese's room and I went to bed. That's my bit.
So Finn was in bed. I went to bed in my mum's room.
Reese's mum came to bed with me.
Great. Yeah. Thanks. My mum was sat in her room, fair enough, doing some work, and she was eating crisps. She was eating crisps this whole time. And it was making my stomach turn. And I was like, God, this is so bad.
I think I had already been sick by this point.
Yeah, Finn had probably. Yeah.
Can I go? Shall I go?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So I was watching. Well, I was sleeping. Because like I say, I just felt like I needed to sleep. I was sleeping, and in the background I had Stick to Football podcast on. No, I had the Rest is Football podcast on. That's when I woke up and I thought Sonny was FaceTiming me because he looks like David Ornstein. I told him about that. Anyway, there was a point where I woke up and I was like, I need to go to the toilet. So I went to the toilet, went on the toilet, did a bit of business on the toilet. It wasn't good, but it wasn't horrendous. But I was like, it's not healthy.
Yeah.
Stood up, sorted everything out. It was fine. And then I was like, I'm going to be sick. I could tell I was going to be sick. So I had an absolute masterclass. So I put the sink on.
Yeah, you told me about it.
Put the sink on, like not full, but like quite a lot. Put my head in the sink, so I had like cold water on my head, which felt quite nice. And then I ended up just throwing up like 3 times into the water.
Was it like...
I closed my eyes. Oh, yeah.
And then it was immediate.
Yeah,
it was like a gun.
Yeah. I closed my eyes so I didn't see it because nobody wants to see that. I opened my eyes. It had kind of cleared because of the water. I was like, I've absolutely nailed that. Yeah. And then I saw... And I was like, I shat myself. I saw it in the plug, these little white things. It was like this big and 3 or 4 of them. And I was like, oh my God, I've got maggots in my stomach. What the fuck is that?
Never going to get to 220 again.
No, it's 233.
No,
0.25. Okay. So I looked and I was like, oh my heart dropped. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck have I eaten? No. And then I looked and it was just little bits of onion. And I was like, thank fuck for that. But, it made me feel so ill when I saw it. I was like, oh my God. I was thinking we're all going to have had this same thing. Yeah. I knew Reese was ill at this point. And I was like, if we've all eaten, and the place we ate at, it wasn't great.
And it was superly expensive.
They ripped us off. And it was all right pizza. It wasn't amazing. It was just it's all right. Yeah. It was decent. Yeah. It was cheap. It was a cheap shit pizza, but it was all right.
But it wasn't cheap.
No, it wasn't. Yeah. It should have been. But yeah, I was sick 3 times. Went back to bed, slept for a few more hours, went in the shower, didn't feel that bad afterwards. I didn't. Well, actually, I did. Actually, I felt pretty grim, but I kind of knew I wasn't going to be sick again.
You were going home that day, so you needed to kick into overdrive.
I went in the shower and then I had to go to the airport.
So I'll tag back in. I'll say the remainder really of my day. basically was in my mum's bed. Every time I moved,
There you were.
yeah, I was in my mum's bed, guys. It was fucking great.
You remember the last
Every time,
you always say about sleeping with your mum.
I know, it's weird, isn't it?
It's really weird.
Yeah, it's really weird, strange, isn't it? Every time I moved, my stomach would turn. I needed to go and throw up, and I was sleeping. So naturally, when you sleep, you move. And I woke up 3 times, like from rolling over, and I had to run to the toilet. Let's remember, I don't have a working knee.
This was bad.
This was awful. I was throwing up, and it was like projectile vomit. I'm covering my mouth while hopping to the toilet because I couldn't hold my crutches because I didn't have that much time. And I literally got near the toilet, and everything just went psh, and it went all over the walls. It's somewhere in the sink. It went in the bath.
Get a photo.
No, we can't show that. So that will be demonetized. Like we'll get.
Oh yeah, we get loads of money from this.
No, not demonetized. You know, it'll get like region. It'll probably.
I don't know. Anyway, it's a bit grim.
Yeah.
He sent me it when I'd just been sick. I was like, yeah, cheers, mate.
Yeah, it was so
I
bad.
literally put, how the fuck have you managed that? And then he did say about his knee, and I was like, yeah, fair.
Yeah, and I also can't, because of my knee, I can't bend over. Like I can't like lean down, other than like I can't get on my knees because I can't get back up. So it
Should
was.
have gone to the sink.
Yeah, I should have thought
Or the
about
bath.
that. Yeah, the bath would have been better. But I tried the toilet, and that happened a few times. By the second time, I knew the crack. I was like, right, I'm just gonna make sure I'm like getting my head as low down as I can.
At this point, you should have worked out the sink was a lot higher.
I didn't think about the sink. I just didn't think about the sink. I just thought about
Or the bath had a
yeah.
huge surface
Yeah,
area.
and the bath was already ruined. So my mum comes in like an hour later, and she's just like, "What?" I've cleaned the vast majority of it up. It's just obviously hard, and it's like it also like sticks around in areas. And I just said like, "Don't go to the bathroom. Get the cleaners to go in there. I'll pay them." I was like, "I'll pay them." I was like, "Just get the cleaner in it. I'll pay her. Like, I'll
Mum
tip
did
her."
it, didn't she?
Yeah, she did most of it, which was mum did a big shift there, which was great. And then long story after this, long story short,
This
I
is a
go
long
to
story.
no, it's not a long story short. It's just the ending of the day.
This is long story long.
Long.
It is quite long.
It is.
Both of us have
Yeah.
been long.
I then go into Finn's room, or my room, which Finn's been in. We lie in bed for like an hour, like just
Touched each
literally,
other, didn't we?
yeah, just hugging each other, being like rubbing each other.
You
back.
all right?
Okay, mate. Finn goes home.
I had a banana.
I hadn't ate at all for my breakfast. I then went to bed at like 8:45. I had a bath, and I said to the girls, "I'll meet you downstairs for dinner. I'll be sound. I'll just hobble down." Turned out I felt so much worse after the bath. I was like overeating.
Yeah,
Put the fan on
appetite
me.
was awful
Yeah.
on it for like 2 days as well.
And I slept
2-3
from
days.
like 8:45 till like 8 a.m. the following day. It's the longest I've ever slept.
That was part of the reason I lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. And then this again, like for the next 2 days, I had 1 meal the following day. So I had 1 meal on the Wednesday, 1 meal on the Thursday,
You messaged
2
me,
meals
didn't
on the
you? You were
Friday.
like, it's 2 p.m. Yeah, because it was the next day. You were like, it's 2 p.m. here, and I'm just having my first meal.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's 12 here, and I'm just having mine.
And then the Friday, I ate at 4 p.m.
I trained with Cam Mooney
Yeah.
on Friday, and I was like, mate, I said to him, I was like, I'm trash.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not all right. I didn't have an awful session, but yeah, it wasn't good.
I had 4 meals over a 3-day period, which was funny. So yeah, that wasn't the best. So yeah, and then we came home, and then since then everything's been sound. It's been really nice, to be fair. Like it's been a bit of a weird one the first few days because I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing pre-prep diet wise, don't know what I'm doing knee wise. I got a knee scan, so I got my results back, which obviously I've already
Nothing wrong with
spoken
it.
about. No, it's wrong with it, but I'm looking.
Yeah, they said there's nothing wrong.
They did say there's a lot.
They
Wrong.
said he's fine.
Yeah, they said they literally was like, "You're being a pussy." He said
Well,
that.
that
The
scan
doctor was
shows a massive
Hey, mate,
vagina. on
Hey
the
mate,
plot.
hey mate, you're a massive pussy and you wasted 300 quid. You shouldn't have even got the scan. And then since then, everything's been all good, just back to normal, really. Do you want to get into, have you got any questions? We'll wrap up with a few questions if you want.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we haven't spoken about since we've been having our hiatus?
I don't think so. So, Jack Love Jones has asked, well, he put, doesn't fit in the box. Besides just being a good coach when you were building your clients, what were the main focuses?
And I also got a question that was similar to that. And it was, what do you think has led yours and Finn's success as coaches?
Okay, so it kind of answered them both.
Yeah.
So for Jack's question, first of all, so it was like, what did you focus on other than just being a good coach? So I would say setting an example and like making sure the service is like going above and beyond. So getting back to people as quickly as possible, like points within my service where literally like I would be, especially during prep, like I would be up at 4 and I'd have gotten back to all form feedback from the night before that came through from like 8 onwards within the first half an hour while doing my steps, doing my cardio. prepared all check-ins, done all check-ins by like 9, 10 a.m. Like really, really efficient just because I was prepping. But even like before that, like when like during lockdown, for example, like we both took a lot of pride in how much time and effort we put into our coaching.
Yeah,
we didn't have loads of clients, but we would be like, I did this or I did this, and like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Like, I'm going to make this starter pack, or I'm going to make this to help everyone, or I'm going to send this video to everybody, even though they've not asked for it. Like, I'm going to add this new sheet and all these kind of things just to try and get like the most out of every single client, really. And I enjoy that. And obviously, like, you know, you're driven by money and driven by the amount of clients that you have, but you're also driven by results. Like when you see clients getting good results and when you're getting messages like, oh my God, this has changed my life and things like that, that is like a motivator for you to keep doing what you're doing and keep working hard. So, no, there's no formula like, oh, we just focused on this to build our business. Like you enjoy it. And if you enjoy it and you're getting results, it's like a drug, you know, you get addicted to it. Yeah, you want more of that. You want to see more people succeed. You want to see more money in your bank and things like that. And, you know, again, like I don't coach people just to make money, of course, but like money is a motivator. Of course it is in any job. Like if you get told by your boss at work that if you do X, Y, Z, you're going to get a pay rise, you're probably more motivated. Like, so it's the same with us. If you do well and your clients succeed, the thing is as well, it's word of mouth. Yeah. Most of our clients probably come from social media, but word of mouth. Like I get loads of clients from just, oh, you work with them, they said this. You coached them before, or you still coach them this. Rimini, for example, Jack's girlfriend came to me because Sanaya said I was good. Yeah. You know, like, and Sanaya's not been coached by me, but she sees how I am and she knows that how you are and how we are.
Meanwhile, she didn't recommend me to Rimini because she knew that it wouldn't be a good match. But Amy would come to me because she knows that I would fit with her. Yeah. And it's one of those where like you could look at how you are as an individual and go, yeah, cool, I vibe with that, or I don't. And again, like I think as well, you look upon it as like a work ethic standpoint. We've talking about that, but like legitimately not having a day off for many, many years. As well as like holding yourself accountable. Every single session when we were in lockdown, we used to post in the shed our sessions on our stories. We'd post the main training
post after.
We'd speak about why, like we'd literally put why we're doing the same exercise. Every week it was the same thing, but we're just putting it out there. It's constant. Like Cam said to me when he was here, he was like, your subtle marketing is ridiculous. And he was like, but and I said, I don't even feel like I market myself, but it is technically marketing. And we're always on stories. I've never not posted a story. Even when I was ill, I was posting still stories. I was resharing every day, stories.
Sometimes twice, multiple. I post about eight times of the day at the show.
Might as well. I would have been like let's see, just like first call outs, Matt. First call out, Matt, post. And then second, yes, he's into the first call out. Right, he's saved the
quarter. Relax.
Yeah, exactly. I might as well. So yeah, and it's one of those where again, just like looking at the standards upon what you do, and there's going to be a lot of coaches out there that probably maybe look up to us, which is cool, but it's no secret.
We've got here by I don't even know how we've got here.
No, I don't. No.
You know what I mean? Yeah. When people are like, oh, how have you? I don't know. I just kept doing what I'm doing
and just got better at it.
Yeah, and like that's literally it. And again, like if you just try and get 1% better every day, not even 1%, 1.1%, you know, before you know it, after a year, if you're 35% better at anything, that's 0.1% a day. Like you're going to be decent at it. You know, like whether it's bodybuilding, whether it's business, whether it's
if you're bodybuilding,
a language that you're learning. No, like 0.0001.
You're progressive.
Yeah, just going backwards once you get above 25 years old. So yeah, that's really that, mate. Like
I also think as well, we don't view ourselves as successful.
Like, I still think like
I'm gonna be broke tomorrow somehow. Like I'm gonna wake up and
I'm gonna steal all your money.
Yeah, it's not.
No, but like I rack my brain after every show. What could I have done better? After even like, you know, if a client leaves, I'll rack my brain. If it's for like financially or, you know, if it's like for whatever other reason, I'm like, what could I have done better? You know what I mean? Like to get more out of that client. Like, and especially when it shows and you don't get the results you want, often it's like you couldn't have done anything better. It's just that other people turned up that were better on the day. But then I'm still beating myself up for days thinking like, what could I have done to have changed that outcome? Like, and I think if you've got that drive, you're probably going to succeed. Like, if I just didn't give a shit, like, you know, you're not going to get anywhere. Like, you have to want your clients to succeed more than you even want they want to succeed.
I also think it's one of those where there's a lot of coaches. There's not many coaches that I feel like in the last like 3 years probably had the same growth where Like, we've never had a business mentor. We've never worked underneath anybody. We haven't like done things in a way that would fast track progress.
Our own way.
Yeah, we've done it in our own way, and also we've done it in a weird way together. But we've never really spoken about, I'm going to do this. Do you want to try this? We've never tried a scheme. Like a lot of the guys nowadays on social media, we see it. It's every 6 months. It's something new. It's got a new topic to talk about. Where with us, it's like we do the same shit, but we're just better at it, and we apply ourselves, and it results in what we do collectively, in a non-collective way, being cool. And like there'll be things in the future. Again, like we've spoken about what we're going to do. I have no doubts that the entails we go to, we're not going to fail because we won't let it happen, and you just keep working. But I think again, like it's like you need that motivation, or you need this to be there, or need that to be there. And it's like just turn up every day and do it.
Effort, and just trust in the process of even when it's tough at times. Like you're gonna keep improving. Like we've had shows where we don't get results we want.
No,
we've had weeks where you lose a few clients. We've had months where you're like, I feel like I'm not progressing, like for whatever reason, in business, in training, in whatever. Like you just keep doing the things that you know are going to get you there. Like that is literally it. It's just sometimes it's going to be easier, sometimes it's going to be harder.
Yeah. Right. You take 3 clients, 3 of each other's clients. Who are you taking?
Will Holmes.
Good shout. I'll go Josh Campbell.
Good shout.
Yeah. We'll go 1 for 1.
Okay, Will Holmes.
Would he be your first choice?
Yeah. Based on age, based on natural status.
Yeah, you can't take any of my enhanced guys. You don't know what to do. What did we say?
Nah, I could.
What was your cycle?
I could try and turn them into it. I could tell them wait 3 years and you'll be the best fucking two bros natty ever.
2 bros natty.
I'm trying to think who else you've got that's natty. That's good. That I like.
Yeah.
I don't know Will Holmes, but I feel like I like him.
Will was a nice kid. Yeah.
Who else have you got?
Jacob.
Oh, wait, Jacob.
I thought he'd be your first choice.
Sorry, Jacob.
Would he be your first choice?
No.
Will,
then Jacob.
Okay.
Just based on age, because I love young kids.
He's 17 now. He's not. He's
that's all right.
He's getting older.
Yeah,
I'm less into him the older.
A little bit less attractive.
Yeah.
Will,
from a potential standpoint in bodybuilding.
No, from an aesthetic. Okay. Will, then Jacob. So you get another one.
Matt.
Yeah,
that's easy. Them 2 are easy. I feel like those 2 like they're quite easy for you to say for me because they're both very good.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's the third? Anyone that I get on really well with?
I'm trying to think of like Premier or Derby. Oh, Conran.
Yeah,
I like Conran.
Yeah, Conran. Yeah, and Conran's got great potential.
Conran's good.
Yeah, Conran is good. Third for you. I like Noah.
I love Noah.
I just like Noah.
I love Noah.
Good guy, Noah.
And
I feel like
I
wouldn't coach him. I would just like to be like
talk to him a bit more.
Yeah, I know, man.
Message him. He might talk.
Just be like, I don't know. You good? I just feel like that's what like I'd be.
Noah's great. Jack Morgan.
Nice. He would annoy me.
What? Because of the quarter turns.
Quarter turns. I like Jack, but he'd annoy me with how he is food wise. I'd just be like
Finn Healy.
The hammer. The hammer.
I can't take the hammer.
No, I wouldn't be Finn. I'm thinking someone that I'd like get on with. That I'd be like, oh yeah, I like I just get on well with
Ed.
Yeah, Ed's sound, but I don't think I'd pick Ed. Sonny, he's good.
Sonny's good.
Yeah.
Both Sonnys.
Yeah. Who's won shows that I'm trying to think or who I think, he could be really good next time he competes. Something. No, I'm not sure. Probably I like Sonny.
Matt Kovacs, Drew Hope.
Yeah, them 2 are good.
Both young.
There's one that popped into my head.
Tom Scott, fucking Bubble Boy, Bubble Master.
Yeah. Who was the guy with the skinhead that progressed really well? He was really nice. Spoke to him at the meetup.
Skinhead?
Yeah, he had skinhead.
Matt?
No, not Matt Kovacs. No. Young lad. He's a junior or a teen. And he had a skinhead. Short hair.
Really sorry, whoever you are, that I'm forgetting.
Go Rio, because I gave him his name.
Yeah, Rio, the Dominator.
Yeah, I gave him, I came up with that. My only creative thing I've ever done. Yeah, a young lad with a skinhead. And he was proper sound. He came up to me and introduced himself, and I was really impressed by.
Oh, Jack Hazel.
Yeah, Jack
he
Hazel.
has made loads of progress.
He's made really good progress, and he's a really nice guy.
Yeah, sorry, Jack. I don't see you as having a skinhead. He said young lad, and I don't even see him as young. But he is quite young. But I don't see him as young because he's mature.
Okay, yeah.
Jack is good.
Yeah, and he was just sound. He spoke to me like a
Jack's really sound.
Like on a level when he was like he introduced himself. He said who he was, and I was like, this guy's sound.
Jack. I was thinking the Ultraflex meetup, but you meant the shed.
Yeah. Cool. Sound your one.
Storm. I like Storm.
Yeah, Storm's a good guy. Everyone likes Storm.
Biggest pet peeve in bodybuilding / bodybuilding coaching.
That's just probably how bodybuilding is nowadays. Everything overcomplicated.
Everything then.
Yeah, no, it's just like I think people are just losing out on the touch of what bodybuilding is all about, which is just fucking training hard, enjoying the process. People that don't enjoy the process, that's the biggest pet peeve. Overcomplicating and overanalyzing and missing out on what the thing is that they should be doing, which is enjoying
sort of concept that got you into it.
Imagine if we were like, let's say, for example, with my knee. Let's say I can never train legs again. Imagine if I get to the point where I could never train legs again. You can't train quads. No, you can't train quads again. And we're like, fuck, do you remember those leg days? And we were like, yeah, do you remember we were doing time and the tension and we were doing this or that?
We remember stupid stuff on the hat.
Yeah, exactly. That's the stuff you remember. And I feel like nowadays, everything is just like, it has to be optimal. It has to be this. And it's like, just train hard and enjoy it. Because there's going to be a time where we're not able to train legs as hard as we do now.
You know what my biggest pet peeve in coaching is? I told you about this the other day.
What?
When every single person puts a story up of their client on show day and puts on every single time. And it's like, even if they're really out of shape, on.
My favourite.
No one cares.
My favourite, but not favourite.
They should be on.
Is like, I was a coach, I can't mention because we're somewhat affiliated in a way. And he had a client that was like genuinely like 8-10 weeks out, maybe even worse. Feet up, rest up, good look will be smiling. No, I'm sorry. He could rest up for the next month. He's still so out of shape.
Fat.
Like he's fat. He doesn't need to rest up. He probably needs to go and do cardio and like not eat and just dehydrate and hope, or just go to like Five Guys and just hope he's really full. Yeah, like there's not chilling out. Chilling out's not going to do anything.
It's the opposite. I hate the on thing. Yeah, it's like it's very common now. Like every single time I see a coach at a show, they'll take a photo of their client, or it'll be from the morning off on. I take photos of my clients, but I refuse to put on. I might put looking great or like they're really happy with.
I'll usually put like, this is going to be good. And they usually are. They usually win or do well.
They should be fucking on. They seem like a beast.
No, Daddy Long Legs.
Like a beast of a flying thing. I don't think it is a Daddy Long Legs.
No, I don't know.
It's like it is. Next question. We actually already had this. Fingers for nipples or nipples for fingers. We said fingers for nipples because otherwise you wouldn't be able to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. And I had fingers for nipples when I had Ghana.
Yeah.
Popping out.
Will you ever have a regressive set while in a gaining phase? And if so, is this a wasted set?
I feel like some have some sets where like, what you say, what is regressive? Like, I rarely ever stay on the same load. Like I might have a set where I go up 10 kilos and only expect to drop 1 rep and I drop 3 reps, but I don't class that as a regressive set. I'm like, well, I've gone heavier.
Yeah. I would say like you're not going to progress every single set every single week. Like if you maintain, or even if you do regress, let's say you stay on the same load and you lose a rep. Is that a wasted set? No, you've still put tension through a muscle. Yeah, you've still created a stimulus. Like if let's say for 10 years, let's say you never trained, and then for 10 years you progressed to X level, and then for 5 years you didn't really progress from there. Do you think your physique's just going to look the same or go backwards? No. If you're doing the same thing for 5 years, or even like it went up a bit, down a bit, up a bit, down a bit, you're still going to make progress. If you're pulling 180 for 5 years, your physique's going to look better than when you'd only ever first pulled 180 for 5.
And when you pulled it 1,000 times.
How many times have you done it? And like when you say regressive set, like realistically, you might lose a rep, or you might go down in weight and improve the execution. Or even if you do lose that rep, it's because the tempo was more controlled and the range of motion was better. Like if let's say you're in an off season and every set is just going to shit, probably battered and need a deload. Or
I'd say these questions are from people who are like, he's gone out on the weekend.
This is Oren, who asks questions a lot and who should just be coached by me because he has been before. And when he is, he's good.
He asked me, and then he went to Finn because they gave him the cheaper price.
No, I coached him for
I'll coach you for whatever Finn does minus £1.
I coached him for ages. And he was making great progress. Then he stopped because he was traveling. Then he came back, spoke to me, spoke to you, spoke to Noah. Mate, just sign up with someone.
Yeah, sign up with a coach. But I also think, like, again, this happens when you've been out on the weekend, you've drank, you've ate shit, or you've not slept, and then you have a regressive session, and that's because you've been a bit of a bell end in regards to like your variables, and as a result, you've got to hold your hands up and go, okay, cool, I've had a poor session. If you're nailing everything, like, and everything is as consistent as it can be, you shouldn't really ever have bad. Like I can't remember the last time I had a bad session. I don't. It's not the case. Like would there be a reason that I'm like, oh fuck, I'm under the weather, or I'm really fatigued, or I don't know, I did something stupid the session before and I'm just cooked, or like whatever, it happens. So yeah, what are your views on GH? Is it worth taking for most people, especially because it's so expensive, and is a dose of 2 IUs a day to keep money down worthwhile in a gaining phase, or just save the money? What's your opinion on GH, mate?
I think it's not natural, so I don't like it.
Well, your body naturally produces growth hormone.
Yeah, so... but you're not allowed to take exogenous growth hormone within natural bodybuilding.
Okay.
Although I think some people do, because you can't get tested for it. I don't give a fuck if you can't get tested for it. It's still a banned substance.
What about injectable L-carnitine? You're going to be pinning that?
Well, it's not a banned substance, but I just think the ball ache of pinning isn't worth it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I know some people want to do it, and I think that's fine. I think the potential gains for the ball ache of pinning is probably not worth it, in my opinion.
I'd agree. GH, I think a wise man once said, use the most amount of GH you can afford. And I think that's quite a good statement. Sinai just looked at me.
Who's the wise man?
Tom Hames. It was genuine. I speak to him about growth hormone, and he was like, well, you know the protocols for dosage. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, just use as much as you can afford. And I was like, cheers, Tom. Thanks for that. And to be fair, he isn't wrong to a certain extent. GH, unless you're talking about water retention, there's almost like a bit of a bell curve where it definitely drops off, but like from 2 IU to 3 to 4, and then after that, the effectiveness still improves, but not to a massive amount. 2 IU is going to replace pretty much it's going to be a replacement dose, but it's going to be a little bit more prominent because it's not going to be it's not going to be dependent on sleep or stress. If you're natural and you have a poor night's worth of sleep, GH secretion is going to be lower. So it basically will take that away. You're going to get certain benefits, an IGF spike from external GH. And IGF is one of the main reasons why people take GH from a bodybuilding standpoint. Is 2 IUs enough to the point where I'd say it's going to be worth it? I personally look upon maybe just doing like 4 IUs every other day. Do you know
how expensive is it?
100. It'd be like between 120 to 150 quid if you're buying it from like a, if you don't have
how long would that last you if you got 4 IU every other day?
You get 100 IU.
So 4 IU every other day,
50 days.
Yeah.
So you get 50 days worth for 100 to 20 to 150 quid.
50 times 4 is 200.
You take it every other day. So it would last you 25 days, but it would last you 50 days if you take it every other day.
Yeah. Okay.
2 IUs, 50 days, easy. That's what I was working out as. If you look at Hilly Doc on JP's members website, he always prefers like almost higher dosaging, but lesser frequent. I've not got loads of experience with that, but from an IGF standpoint, it makes sense if you're trying to be from a cost standpoint. I think if you're looking at it from like a bodybuilding muscle gain perspective, 3 to probably 5 IUs daily is what I'd kind of recommend. 2 IUs a day, like I said, I'd probably prefer to run 4 IUs every other day for me personally. But 2 IUs from a lifestyle standpoint, you'll get benefits. From a bodybuilding standpoint, I don't really think you'll see the results, but also you don't have to commit to growth hormone for indefinite periods. Do it for 2 to 3 months, do 2 IUs. If you like it, cool. But I probably would favor 3 to 4 if you're looking at it from a physique standpoint. So yeah, a bit of an in-depth answer there, but I feel like I've probably covered all bases. There you go.
How do you decide which show to attend when you have multiple clients competing at the same time?
Good question. We've had this plenty of times, to be fair. It's always an annoying one when you'll have your calendar and you'll see an overlap and you're like, fuck. Usually I'll try to maybe get clients to do different shows at different days. If it's like PCA, they're on every weekend, I try to move them around. Also depends on how many clients. I think the first would be how many clients are going to be there. So I remember last year there was PCA London, Conor Flanagan. Potential wise for Conor, I thought he was going to be like a top 1 to 2 placing. He got second. And then it was UK FBA on that same day. Objectively, I wasn't expecting the same amount of quality, but there was 3 clients. And it was like, well, 3v1. I can't say to 3 people, really. And also, I'd watched Conor before. I think if you'd watch someone at their shows, for the first show, I always try to be there. And I always will say, like, I want to be there. Even if it's just a case of seeing them in the morning and then like them going off on their own behalf. I've done that before. But again, it's one of those, depends really. It also depends on the individual. You might have somebody who's competed multiple times, like Conran, for example. He's done 8, 9 shows with me. At this point, if I said to him, hey, mate, I can't come to this show, Conran would be like, oh, right, sound, I can pump up my own. But if I've got a first timer who's never competed before, who I know is going to be stressing out, I'd probably prefer to be there just for their own sake.
Yeah, exact same answer.
Yeah.
I think the amount of clients that you've got at the show is probably number 1. And then whether or not you've had clients compete before is number 2. But like, for example, this weekend just gone, I had 4 in Ireland and 2 in England. The 2 in England I was with the week before. The 4 in Ireland I've already seen, but this was like one of their main shows, whereas the 2 in England, it's still not the main shows. I think that plays a role as well, whether it's a warm-up or a main show. And then this weekend, I've got 2 in England and 3 in Ireland. The 3 in Ireland I've already seen twice.
What show is it?
WMBF.
That's it.
And the 2 in England, it's their first ever show.
Yeah.
Rio and Nath. So I'm obviously going to be there. And I've coached Rio and Nath for ages. So I'm not going to miss their first show.
Big Nate Styles.
Big Nate Styles, yeah, he's jumped on board.
First timers.
First timers is 90.
Yeah. Imagine if Nate walked out first time. That would be hilarious. Next car, in the brackets S, would you consider getting a bike? So what's your next car going to be, mate?
I've said this before. I like the Jaguar F-Type, but only because it's what I was looking at alongside the Mustang.
Yeah.
So maybe a newer version of that. But then, do I really want a Jag? In all honesty, I'm not that asked about cars, and I've never been that asked about cars. I'm a lot more focused on properties now.
Properties.
Now that I've put an offer in,
Finn puts an offer in.
I'm focusing on properties. No, in all seriousness, I don't really care about cars. Yeah. Like I like my Mustang. I'll probably run that into the ground for however long. It's not costing me anything because I've already bought it. Like it's actually relatively efficient on fuel because it's like an eco boost. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I've already bought it. It's not that expensive on insurance because I've got like 10 years no claims because I'm really old, which is scary. I've got 10 years no claims, nearly. I think. Yeah.
I've got no. I've not got no claims now because of the crash. Yeah.
Even though you crashed Reese's car.
Oh, we can.
I'm going for a wee.
Yeah, we can say that now.
Sorry, you can't.
That wasn't.
You speak about cars.
Confirm or deny.
I've not got the mic on for the wee.
Okay, great. For me, to be fair, I don't think I'll be able to get insured. I have never got in an accident myself, but I've had 3 incidents that. 2 of which weren't my fault. One was a 50-50, but as Finn might have mentioned, I've just been unlucky, basically. 2 cars came into my car when it was sat outside my old house, literally 2 Tesco delivery drivers, and they ripped off the front bumper. This one I had my Golf R. So I had a Golf R before. I then bought my M2 Comp. I love it, to be fair. It's class. The next car that I get will be like I want to get a Porsche Turbo S all black. That would be the goal. I probably could, if I wasn't going down some avenue in the next couple of months, already have gone down the avenue where basically I've spent way too much money, I probably would get one next year. But I also, I can afford it, but I couldn't afford it. It'd be silly. I don't need it at this point. I'd rather get one in like 3-4 years where I've like got a good thing going on, maybe another thing. I've bought a house, all that sort of stuff. And I am a little bit younger than Finn. So as much as I want to rush and think, I want to get a Porsche, I can wait. I'll have a Porsche by the time I'm 30, which is sound, which is still 5 years.
Get a Porsche now. There's loads of cheap ones.
Yeah, I'll get a shit one. Yeah, no, I always will get like the creme de la creme of that car, like for what I want. So yeah, that'll be the long-term goal.
Steal AJ's.
I don't like AJ's. It's cool. It's cool, but I don't. The Turbo S is better than AJ's, but AJ's car's cool. But
shit recently.
I don't know. It's not my.
You said off camera.
It's a bit too. No, it's a bit too like racy. It's a bit. Do you know what I mean?
You said it was shit.
No, I think it's cool.
Reese said it was shit.
I like your car, AJ.
AJ doesn't watch this.
No chance. Yeah, no chance. Yeah.
Macca Morris asked. I saw Macca the other day.
Did you?
Yeah. At Starbucks.
Oh really?
When I was doing some work before going to see Rio. So, biggest influence on your coaching careers?
Can I be gay?
Me.
Yeah. And I'd say you as me. I'd say
you can't say gay.
I'm good. It's a bit gay. I don't care. We're deep into.
Gonna have to cut that out.
No, I can't say gay. It is a bit gay. It's a bit. No, gay's happy. It's a.
Wonder if anybody is gay that's watching now, and they might be offended by it. So I'm sorry if you are.
Sorry, 20 gays. Yeah, I'd say both of us. I'd say. I hope you go. You just go out Callum Pro Coach.
No, I would say AJ because I was coached by him.
Yeah.
I would say 3DMJ.
Yeah.
Revive Stronger, like these kind of podcasts and like educators, John Jewett.
Yeah.
Like Pro Coach, like Muscle Mentors when they were Muscle Mentors. Yeah. Bridgman, like
these are
when like growing up and getting into it. But I would say from a standpoint of pushing each other. Yeah,
that's how I know it. Yeah, because I've if you were to look at, let's say when I talk about PDs, that is like literally the Victor Black model. and J3U and experience of listening to countless like No Switch Fitness podcasts in Prep 2021, like, and learning from it and being on the JP members website for years, like all of that. When I do reels and I did one about trend and I got loads of comments being like, God, I don't know what even these words mean. What does this mean? Like,
neither do I. I've just literally watched it on the J3U app
the moment before.
and then
I just copied it.
Pause.
Yeah. Start reading.
And then
and then also as well experience, like as much as we say like we didn't mention our own experience.
We said this before,
yeah,
like now we can make decisions based on our experience rather than based on what we think you should do. Like, it's taken time to get to that point, but we're now at a point where like we can confidently make a decision just based on previous experience rather than what we think we should do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right, that's for you, I'm guessing.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Any winter holidays planned for you guys?
You had a holiday, didn't you?
I still have a holiday.
Can I come?
Don't know what's going on.
Can we go together?
I'm either getting my money back or... Well, I'm not going.
Oh.
I don't really want to go. Like, I will probably go on holiday around...
Where was it?
Cape Verde.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll go on holiday.
I think we should go on holiday after the show.
Yeah, we will. Cape Verde.
Cape Verde. December 16th.
It is something like that.
Yeah.
Zach H. Oh, no, that's the question you just asked. Bailey. Shout out Bailey.
Yeah.
Going to definitely post this on his story with us
with his eating
meal. Whatever he's eating.
Yeah.
How do you know when the time is right to compete?
I thought it was like, how do you know the time's right to leave your coach? Something like that. I just for some reason thought that coach slots available for everybody.
Bailey's good.
How old are you, Bailey? That would be the question.
He's not there, mate.
No, but I think age is something you do think about and you consider. You definitely have a thought towards that. Like, for example, with me, I could have competed in 2022 as a junior. Yeah, 21. So
He's
Bailey,
good,
I competed at 22. I thought I would compete in the juniors, but I wasn't like, I need to wait till the last year. I was like, I'm going to compete sometime. I have competed the year before. And then I was like, right, cool, I'm going to do next year. And I just remember saying it. And I think it's one of those where you're always going to need more muscle. Like, no matter how much you progress, Bailey's always going to think to himself, I could be bigger. You're always going to have that element of self-doubt and that element of progression, like wanting to be better.
He'll be very good as a junior.
Yeah, he will be. So I would be thinking for you, like when you've gone through enough phases and you're like, you know what, I'm pretty confident that I do well. And as well, when you're pretty content with what you've achieved in off season, the thought of prepping and dieting is like really, really cool. I always would think like I've had obviously I did 2021, I did 2023, I'm gonna do 2025. Ideally, the next time I compete, I don't want to have over a year off. So I want to have like a 6 to 9 month off season, then into another prep. So for me, it's like setting myself up for that. And I also want to mentally be like, every time I go into a prep, because I've had that time off, I'm like really, really excited. Obviously, you've not gone through a prep before, but when you're going to be ready, and I'll be thinking you've made good progress, see what the next year entails. That could be next year, but also at the same time, that could be the year after. So definitely as a junior, so you've probably got a time limit there. But even if you're not mentally ready, I don't know how Bailey adheres. He might, I know that you're probably really good, mate. But like if you're dieting and you have food issues or, you almost think, I might want to live my life, just wait. Like it doesn't have to be there's not a time limit when it comes to how things are, but there's time constraints you might have to consider and think about. So
I would say financially,
that's
make sure you're in a good position.
Yeah, have everything in your life in a good spot. Yeah. Don't be like moving out or like finishing uni. Luckily for me, I literally finished uni and then went straight into a prep.
Yeah, but it was similar one.
Yeah, definitely. But I wouldn't have been wanting to have like been doing my dissertation, trying to do X, Y, Z when it comes to cardio and just general stress. And just make sure that you got your life set up because it does, as much as it is just a diet, it does take over a good 5 to 6 months of your life. And if you have shit to do, like, and you're neglecting other areas of your life, prep's not going to help. And those problems are going to be there and they will be ramped up when you're done. And it's like, wow, shit, now I've got to get this into a better spot and sort this out. So yeah, that's what I'd suggest, mate. All right, is that everything?
He also asked favourite machines to use at the minute. Should we be? So my favourites are the pre-core T-bar row, all the Nautilus Nitro kit.
Yeah.
Gym Leco leg press, hack squat, pendulum, and hip press.
And chest press.
And the wide chest press.
The Cybex VR2 row.
The HD incline shoulder press and chest press and row.
Love the Strive shoulder press.
I love the Strive shoulder press and the Strive bicep curl.
Strive preach curl's great. Cybex tricep extension is really good.
Cybex VR2, VR3 leg extension, hamstring curl. Cybex VR2 shoulder press.
Yeah.
Matrix adductor, Matrix preacher curl.
Live fitness cables were my favourite cable.
Yeah, live fitness cables. Yeah. That old leg press hack squat we used to use in lockdown.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, I'd like to bring that back.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool to have in the rotation when I can do legs. Nautilus Smiths.
Yeah, Nautilus Smith's good.
Yeah, really good Smith that. Yeah, the compound plate loaded row.
Yeah, that's but to be fair, outside of all that, prime row, I do like.
Prime row is good. That'd be something. Yeah.
Yeah, leave it there.
That's it. Any others that we're forgetting that like?
No, I'm thinking.
Yeah, like that we enjoy. Cybic Smith's good. Like Cybic Smith. I think we mentioned everything. To be fair, that we like. Yeah, I think we mentioned everything.
Citadel pull down.
Prime leg extension.
Yeah,
we used that. Or we used.
Yeah.
Yeah, Citadel pull down. They ever message you back?
Yeah, I had a chat with him. He's Australian, isn't he?
Oh, okay, fair enough. Do you just keep talking about shrimp on the barbie?
Yeah, didn't have clues.
Yeah, just randomly say that you got a kangaroo next to me.
I had a call with him.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, sound. Fair enough. So yeah, some good kit there. That'd be a really cool gym.
That would be really cool.
I'd train there definitely.
I would as well.
Yeah. Right, that's that. Hope everyone enjoys. Bye bye. Like, comment, subscribe. See you later.